Wish TV's Focus on Food is a commitment to improving food accessibility in the community. Hear from expert culinary contributors, health professionals, and people who are making a difference in the fight to eradicate hunger. Made possible by Indiana University Health.
Here at Wish TV, we are focused on food, and today we want to talk about how nutrition can play a role in patient healing and how nutritional deficiencies can be identified and dealt with during that process. That brings us to our next guest here on Daybreak this morning, Nancy Strange. She's a senior clinical dietitian at IU Health Methodist Hospital's Comprehensive Wound Center. It is one of 5 hospitals in the country to employ a full-time dietitian in a wound care clinic. Nancy, thank you so much for joining us here on Daybreak.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. We're talking about something very important here, so let's just get right on into it. The Comprehensive Wound Center, it's unique in many ways.
It is. It's very unique. The leaders of that center have built an interdisciplinary team of very talented individuals, including physicians, dermatology, podiatry, vascular, and podiatry, and the physical therapist, woundostomy nursing, complete team. And I was brought on board in 2022, and so since then we've also brought on board a social worker because we believe in treating the patient, whole patient care.
Now, talking about patient treatment here, put the two together for us, nutrition and wound care. I know most people wouldn't think the two go together.
Oh, absolutely they do. Nutrition is a critical piece, but let me define nutrition first because there's so much noise around that right now. And nutrition is the ability to obtain or provide adequate nutrients to support health and function in the body. Our bodies are built to heal if there's an injury. So we need nutrition. Nutrition is biochemistry, essentially. My job is to apply that biochemistry to each individual patient and develop a nutrition care plan for them.
Now, I can imagine that you identify a lot of deficiencies when you're doing that, right? I know for me personally, I struggle with having a colorful plate. So what are some of the things that you notice for people that you treat?
Okay, so I do a complete nutritional assessment, which involves actually looking at them physically to determine nutrient issues. A lot of times it's protein, not enough protein support wound healing. We are seeing routinely a very high rate of vitamin mineral deficiencies in this patient population. The international guidelines only speak to calories and protein, so we are in the process of helping change those guidelines to include vitamin mineral deficiency.
Now that's so funny because the first thing I was thinking of here is how do you do just that? So what's the steps to fixing that when you've got a deficiency?
The first steps are finding the deficiency. If I suspect the deficiency is present, we actually do lab testing to validate that, and then we build a nutrition care plan around food, but in a wound healing world, they have markedly increased needs, and our goal is to get that wound healed as quickly as possible so we don't increase the risk of infection. So we use vitamins and mineral supplementation in that world to bring sufficiency to the wound to allow them to heal. We frequently see scurvy. We see occasionally beriberi pellagra in the Indianapolis population. And we always, a lot of vitamin D, iron deficiencies. All of these are nutrients that are required for healing and health.
Lots of great information there. Of course, we're going to have all of this on the website. Thank you so much for coming on and discussing this very important topic. Again, all of this will be on our website, wishtv.com. And of course, Focus on Food. It will empower healthy living in our community. That's the goal here, sharing the facts on food issues here, providing resources to you, and of course, recipes to make a difference. Again, all of this info on the website, wishtv.com/food, and watch our continuing coverage on Wish TV.
This is the Wish TV Focus on Food podcast, made possible by Indiana University Health. Find more on the Focus on Food website by visiting wishtv.com/food and watch the ongoing coverage on Wish TV.